had a go. Yep, okay, so welcome to Kailua Windsurfing for Seniors, the third video. And the basic idea is, almost everybody who's got a reasonably normal body shape can do a bit of windsurfing with a longboard. You don't have to be athletic, and you don't have to be young, you don't have to be like Robbie Nash, as I explained before. So take someone like me, not particularly athletic, 70 years old, I can still do this. So I explained the basic moves before, and now we're going to actually try and go in the water. One thing I just want to draw your attention to, when I was looking at video 2, one thing we did wrong is that when we get up on the board using minimum energy, as soon as we've got our knees on the board, that's when we grab this thing. Okay, now I'm going to do it. Now the difference is, you'll see something different. Can you spot what's different between video 1 and 2 and this one? And the answer is the board's the other way round. Now why is that? That's because in a lot of locations like this, especially with a longboard, you want to go in backwards to stop the swell, otherwise it's going to catch the front of the board. So we go in backwards, we then have to twist things around a bit, and then we have to swim it out about 10-15 yards and do that procedure for climbing up on the board and uphauling and sailing away. And that's what we're going to do. Okay, so pause the video. Notice the sail is down here, there, and then they're down here. Sail up. And this is how you carry it. And on the foot strap. Okay, so what just happened? I brought the board in backwards. It's a long board. Otherwise, the swell will cause you problems on the front of the board. And the sail's downwind. And then I had to do this maneuver to throw the sail over the other side. But one way or another, you've got to get the sail over the other side and the board facing the way you're going to go, right? Front of the board facing that way. So it depends on the conditions where you're launching, how the easiest way to do that. You'll just have to figure it out. So then, because of the shore break, I had to swim it out, maybe 10-15 yards, because otherwise, well, you tell me what would happen. If I tried to uppull right on the shore break, I'd end up on the beach. So you get it out 10-15 yards, you go through that procedure that we explained on the beach, holding your the core of your body nice and low, because you saw it's quite difficult, right? Once you get to the uppull, I told you before, everybody gives up at that point, right? Because they can't do the transition. If you get down, go like that, core, pull it over, and push the rig forward a bit, you can feel that you're going to go. But that takes a lot of effort, like in the gym, like you were lifting maybe a 30 or 40 kilogram weight. It's an effort. You saw me, right? Okay, so then off I went, and as soon as you start sailing, there's no pressure, but you have to maneuver your body to compensate for the swell. And that takes a little while to figure out. You're going that way, you're going that way, you're going that way. You just have to figure that out. And that's what you do on your first major session. Now you'll notice that there's a lot of videos out there about tacking and jibing. Forget it, because that's a whole new level of difficulty, like in tennis, trying to do a fancy serve or something. So all we did, we sailed out, and then we thought, well, that's it. I don't want to keep going and never get back. So you just stop and drop the sail. That's what I did that time, because that's what you'll do when you first start. And then you've got the challenge of how the hell do you get the board round the other way? It's facing that way, you want to get it round that way. I actually used the sail and did a sort of tacking maneuver, but you could swim it round. The only important thing is, after you turn the board from that way round to that way, or like that, you must make sure the sail is on the downwind side. Okay, and if it's not, you have to jump on the downwind side, pull it up and flip it over. And then you just repeat the process. Now you'll notice that I nearly fell in, right? That's because every location is different. And this particular location is Kailua. It's notorious when you try to pick up going this way, because of the angle of the swell and the wind, it does make it wobbly. And that takes a bit of extra effort. But then once you get going, you come back in. And then did you see how I came out? That's another thing. You've got to watch for that swell, the shore break. Don't let the shore break knock you back, and don't let the shore break go over the sail and then suck back, because it'll damage it. Okay, so you saw the way I did it. I held it out and I pushed everything in and then picked it all up. Now, if I can do it, you can do it. So we can leave it there. How's that?